Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kocsis Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, Christian Kocsis. Right now, we're going to be getting into some Ryder Cup team play reactions and then some individual match play matchup previews, which I'm super excited for. So let's get things kicked off. So Friday morning foursomes didn't go great for the Americans. Obviously, you had Tyrell Hatton and John Rahm going 4-3 over Scotty Scheffler and Sam Burns. And you have Victor Hovland and Ludwig Aberg going 4-3 over Brian Harman and Max Homa. Shane Lowry and Sepp Straka 2-1 over Ricky Fowler, Colin Morikawa, and Rory and Tommy Fleetwood 2-1 over Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. Ouch. Was not good. Very slow for the Americans coming out. Kind of continued into Friday afternoon four balls. Tyrell Hatton, Victor Hovland halved with Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth, which was fine. John Rahm and Nikolai Hojgaard halved with Brooks Koepka and Scotty Scheffler, which is okay. But Brooks Koepka and Scotty Scheffler have been, semi disappointing. Considering they're supposed to be kind of the anchor of the Team USA, super strong. So Scotty not playing super great so far is a little concerning, but I think that he can really kick it on for tomorrow in the individual match play. So we'll see. We'll talk about that in a second. But Justin Rose, Robert McIntyre halved with Max Homa and Wyndham Clark, and then Rory McIlroy and Matt Fitzpatrick 5-3 over Xander Schauffele and Colin Morikawa. That was Friday. So Friday, I believe the Europeans were up. I want to 6.5 to 1.5 or something like that. And then Saturday morning foursomes, Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood 2-1 over Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth. Victor Hovland and Ludwig Aberg 9-7 over Brooks Koepka and Scotty Scheffler. Shane Lowry and Sepp Straka were down 4-2 to Brian Harman and Max Homa, and then Tyrell Hatton and John Rahm were up 2-1 over Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. So the Americans, 1-1 there, and just another morning of kind of disappointment. But the Saturday afternoon four balls was really when the Americans kind of closed the gap a little bit. It was 9.5 to 1.5. And they really kind of, brought it in a little bit closer. It's 10.5 to 5.5 right now after all the team plays said and done. So Sam Burns and Colin Morikawa 4-3 over Victor Hovland and Ludwig Aberg. Huge. Brian Harman, Max Homa 2-1 over Tommy Fleetwood and Nikolai Hojgaard. Huge. Justin Rose and Robert McIntyre 3-2 over Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth, unfortunately. And there was that controversial tee shot on hole 16 where Ryder Cup captain for Team USA, Zach Johnson, came over and was talking to Jordan Spieth, before his tee shot, and Justin Spieth kind of listened to him and then went into his bag and grabbed his 3-wood instead of his driver. And a lot of people were saying he told him to, Zach Johnson told him to hit a 3-wood and then it went short and went in the water. That's just not the case. Zach Johnson gave him all of the data from all the other players that hit and what they hit and how far it went, where it went. He just basically gave him a bunch of information to make an informed decision. Who, like he said in the press conference, who am I to tell Jordan Spieth, what club to hit? These guys all qualified and made this. I tried to qualify and I couldn't make it. So, interesting little controversy there. But it was a close one. And then Patrick Cantlay, who's played really, really good, and with Wyndham Clark went one up over Rory McIlroy and Matt Fitzpatrick. And then that was the controversial issue on the 18th green where there's a caddy that was kind of standing in Rory McIlroy's putting line, waving his hat at the crowd and waving his hat right in front of Rory. And that kind of got Rory going, and even up until now, Rory's pumped up about it, and he's kind of trying to use it for fuel for the Team Europe tomorrow for the individual match play. So at no point should there be a caddy that's standing in a putting line of a player. There should be no involvement with the caddy with other players to the detriment of a player's play. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So he in my opinion, he probably should be fined or some sort of disciplinary reaction, because it was unacceptable. Yes, it was passion in the moment, heat of the moment, but I don't like that look for him. But Sunday singles, the matchups are John Rahm and Scotty Scheffler to highlight it. This is truly mano a mano, USA's best, Europe's best. John Rahm's been playing pretty good, so we'll see. He's been playing like the world number one. Let's see if Scotty Scheffler can bring it tomorrow. If Scotty can bring it, then these guys are going to put on, and it's going to be fireworks all day. These guys are truly the top of the world for a reason, so I'm really excited to see these guys go at it. Victor Hovland, Colin Morikawa. Victor Hovland's been playing really good. Colin Morikawa, while he's a great golfer, I think Victor's just got the edge here. He's been playing great. He's been playing lights out. But another interesting matchup, Justin Rose, Patrick Cantlay. Patrick Cantley's been playing really good. So I think Patrick Cantlay probably has the edge there. So it's kind of, so far it's kind of a 1-1 with a toss-up between Rahm and Scheffler, but I'd say Rahm probably has the edge the way he's been playing, so I'd probably say Europe's probably got a 2-1 edge so far. Matt Fitzpatrick and Max Homa. They've both been playing pretty good, but Max Homa is playing pretty good golf right now. I'm very confident. I think Max can pull that one out. But you got to think too, like any of these matchups, any of these golfers can beat any of the other golfers on any given day, any given hole. These guys are all the best of the best in the world. So, it's going to make for really interesting matchups, but, there's a little bit more than just the actual play that's going into the Ryder Cup as well. So it's going to be really interesting. The next, Tyrrell Hatton and Brian Harman. I think Brian Harman probably has the edge here. Brian Harman's been playing pretty decent, I think. So we'll see Ludwig Aberg versus Brooks Koepka. Ludwig's been playing pretty well. Brooks has not. So, obviously, yes, Brooks is probably the better golfer right now, but, Ludwig's been having a good tournament. Brooks is not. And so, we'll see. Brooks is kind of gives me lone wolf vibes. So maybe he can, he didn't perform well in the match, the team play, but then he comes out and he lights it up in the Sunday singles. So that's he gives me that kind of vibe. So we'll see what happens there. But I got to give the edge to Brooks, Sepp Straka and Justin Thomas. This is an interesting one. Neither one of them have been playing super well. So we'll see what happens. But I think if Justin Thomas can keep things clean, I think he can pull this one out. But this is one of those ones that are kind of a toss-up. Nicola Hedgegaard versus Xander Schauffele, and neither one of these guys have been. These guys. This is probably the matchup with the. They've both been playing pretty bad, and I think it's a toss-up. Obviously, I think Xander's the better golfer, but they've both been kind of down this Ryder Cup, so we'll see what happens. But I think probably Xander has the edge, but it's so hard with this tournament being over in Europe. These Europeans get so much momentum and so much, so much hype around it that it really could be anyone's day at any given time. Shane Lowry and Jordan Spieth. Neither one of these guys have been lighting it up. I probably should just say Shane Lowry because Jordan Spieth has not been playing great. But Jordan Spieth is one of those rare golfers that at any given time, at any given day, if he's hitting his best is as best as anyone's best. He's very much a wild card where, he may be, top 5, playing like a top 5 ranked player one day and playing like a, 85th ranked player the next day or even later that day. So he's very interesting. If he can string together some clean play, then maybe he can dominate this matchup. Tommy Fleetwood and Ricky Fowler. Ricky has not been playing great. He only played one time. He's the only player to play one match in the team play for Team USA. I think it's because of the illness that's going around, but he makes me nervous. Tommy Fleetwood's been playing pretty good, so I think Tommy Fleetwood probably has the edge here. I'm gonna give it to Tommy Fleetwood. Robert McIntyre versus Wyndham Clark. Both guys have been playing pretty decent. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, I hope Wyndham can pull it off. Obviously, we're just gonna have to see what happens. But these matches, I think, are I mean, all in all, I think they're really even. Outside of there's not really even any matchups that are like super one-sided. I mean, even the matchups with Ludwig and Brooks. I mean, yeah, Brooks probably is the better golfer, but Ludwig's no joke. I mean, he's really good. I'd say probably the most lopsided matchup right now is Tommy Fleetwood and Ricky Fowler. I think Tommy Fleetwood dominates that matchup most likely. But yeah, all these matchups are super close. And I can't wait to see, how they play out. Hopefully USA wins. But, we'll see what happens. It's been a really great Ryder Cup thus far. I mean, even if the Europeans win, some great golf's being played. So I actually wanted to run through too. Golf Digest put out a ranking for all players, just to kind of get an idea of, I'm going to give you these grades for each player, just to kind of give you an idea of what you're looking for and, how tomorrow might play out, given these different matchups and the different grades and stuff like that. So I think it's a cool bit of information to have, just if for the casual fan that may or may not be watching every shot, or even any shots, and they're just reading news or watching a video on it or something like that. So Ludwig Aberg A-, Matt Fitzpatrick B+, Tommy Fleetwood A-, Tyrell Hatton B+, Nicola Hesgaard C+. So yeah, he hasn't been playing great. Victor Hovland A-, he's been playing good. Shane Lowry C-, Robert McIntyre C-, Rory McIlroy A-, John Rahm A+, Justin Rose A, Sepp Straka B. So those are Europeans. So obviously a lot of high grades. They've been dominating this tournament so far. Well deserved. For the U.S., Sam Burns B, Patrick Cantlay A-, Wyndham Clark B-, Ricky Fowler D-, Brian Harmon B, Max Homa A-, Brooks Koepka D, Colin Morikawa C+, Xander Schauffele D, Scotty Scheffler D+, and Jordan Spieth F, and Justin Thomas C. Obviously, Jordan Spieth's been playing horrible, as you can see, and he really just needs to, get his game together. He really wasn't playing great. He didn't have a great last season, so. But the most concerning thing on this is three of your top players that are supposed to be, D guys, Brooks Koepka D, Xander Schauffele D, and Scotty Scheffler D+. And, that's just not going to cut it. They're going to have to play better tomorrow in the singles, but they've set themselves up to have a chance. So 5.5 to 10.5 isn't crazy. They need 14 to win. So there's 12 singles matches. There's 12 singles matches, 12 points up for grabs. They're going to need to limit, they're going to need to tie some or just limit the amount of matchups 1 to 3. So they're really going to have to sweep tomorrow, but it's doable. So we'll see. Hopefully everything goes well for USA. Go USA. And yeah, that's all I got for you now. I'm gonna make a video with Jake, recapping the whole Ryder Cup and Sunday singles as well. So if you like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you don't like the video, go ahead and throw a comment down. Let me know why you don't like the video. And I look forward to you guys, joining as future content comes out. Speaking of content, a quick plug. If you guys are looking to get into content creation, making your own videos, live stream, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, clips, TikToks, whatever it may be, go to my description in this video. Check out my Streamlabs Ultra link. Sign up for a year membership. Streamlabs Ultra is extremely easy to use, very cheap. So sign up for a year membership. You're not going to regret it. It's got everything in there. It's even got a merch store. It's got a trimming tool for all your clips. So it's got a video editor, everything. So it's a one-stop shop kind of. It's very simple, makes things easy for somebody like me just getting into this. So, but yeah, with that being said, I'm Christian Kocsis with Kocsis Sports. So I will catch you guys next time and after the Ryder Cup is over. So peace.